pushed down into the ground. Oh, how I have been trampled down. So many feet on top of me, I can't help but sink, sink, sink. Oh, I've been pushed down into the ground. Oh, how I have been trampled down. Lord, I put my trust in thee. You won't turn your back on me. Oh, I am a seed. Oh, I am a seed.
So the place where these people live is on the Nyakach Plateau in far western Kenya near Lake Victoria. They are in the Nyanza province, and the Nyanza province is the poorest of all of the provinces in Kenya. But he wrote me an email and he said, 3 of the orphans have died. I had no idea that things were that bad, but they died because they starved to death. So I went to my church that Sunday and I told my church that story. People came up to me afterwards and they said, here's some money, here's $5, here's $10. We sent some money rapidly to help in that emergent situation. Since then, no one has starved to death.
She saved our lives. And that was the beginning now, helping the what? The orphans.
We began to move from having an emergency mindset of, oh, we have to keep these people from starving to death, to how can we begin to help long-term to help prevent these things. Our goal is to help them achieve their goals.
I describe the clinic to people who don't really know about it as we're working in a church facility, and they let us use their facilities for the couple weeks we're here, and our exam room beds are their church pews, and our pharmacy, we work on their pews, we put them in a square. It really doesn't look like anything at all, but we see hundreds and hundreds of patients, and somehow with very, very little facilities, we get a lot of patient care and a lot of stuff done.
So it's a complete primary school, and we're the only one in the community that serves lunch to students.
This is a school that started to service the needs of the students of Bethlehem Home. Now, this school has already performed as one of the best in the district according to national standardized tests.
We are building a library. We have a checkout system so that kids can read books and take them home and learn more about their world.
So as you can see in this garden, they've already had some really successful yields. We had butternut squash over yonder. These are ground nuts. And all these crops are harvested and are then fed to students in a morning meal and a noon meal. So we have both a breakfast and a lunch so that the students have something to eat, because these are students who are at high risk for food security and economically throughout the year.
And the water is rising quick, and for years I was scared of it.
There began to develop clusters of people in the community that were helping, and business groups were born. So by the time I came back the next year, there were 9 business groups that were registered with the Kenyan government. The goal was to make money to go back and support the orphans and the elders. We don't want to do things that just make us feel good. We want to do things that work. So we need to continually correct our model when we find out more, and go back and change and adapt and get better. It's a comprehensive research program to deal with these things. We have incredibly brilliant students. So we're training students back in their university setting, as well as in the field when they're doing the work, to do this kind of community-based research.
to have an ongoing presence in the person of a physician and a pharmacy will change the landscape and will make a positive impact for the people of the plateau for generations to come.
To live with the mystery of suffering at the same time that you see the redemption of the suffering happening in front of your face is amazing. And that is what Strata Bread is. Students realize that it is here and now that we live in the kingdom. It is here and now that we experience what it's like to love each other and to help each other and to grow together.